enables this running of support for multiple devices. So here's introducing Windows Runtime. Now Windows Runtime is the essential core layer which sits at the bottom of all modern UI based applications. You can think of Windows Runtime as a layer parallel to the kernel, or a layer above the kernel, in fact, to be very honest, which provides the necessary core services to be for the Metro applications to execute. The core services you can see listed down in the green box over here. Apart from the core services, for developers and for development of modern UI based applications, the Windows Runtime provides projections into various development languages. So you could develop a modern UI based app using C++ and XAML, with XAML being at the front end and C++ for the business logic. Or you could do it using C# and VB.NET, using the .NET framework and XAML as the front end. Or you could do it in HTML5 and JavaScript, with the business logic being in JavaScript and HTML as the front end. So meaning thereby that from a developer's perspective, people who have been working on these development platforms since ages, there is nothing new that they have to learn, except for the fact that they need to be familiar with the Windows Runtime APIs and the Windows Runtime programming model. Apart from that, there is no new language that you need to learn. So your learning curve gets reduced a lot to that extent. Besides this, the traditional desktop-based applications are anyways supported on Windows 8. So whatever runs on Windows 7 would continue to run on Windows 8 as well. So for example, you could still have your HTML5 and JavaScript applications working in your browsers, your C++, Visual C++ based applications working in native Win32 using the native Win32 APIs, and your traditional C# and VB based .NET applications still working. So that's that is about the Windows Runtime, and this is how the additional other important thing about Windows Runtime is that this runtime environment is available for different architectures. So you would have a compilation of the Windows Runtime for Intel-based architecture. You would also have a compilation of the Windows Runtime for ARM-based architecture, and this is how support for multiple devices is enabled, because for my modern UI-based app, all I need is the Windows Runtime. And if I have the Windows Runtime anywhere, I can go and execute my app.